Good afternoon. Welcome to today's IELTS analysis class. My name is Alex and I'll be looking at a task from the Facebook group today, which is focused on helping you develop your skills so that you are closer to your ambitions of passing the IELTS exam. So the task that we're looking at today is focused once again on listening. This time we are going to be listening for specific information. So if you are watching this class live, please say hello in the chat box. And we can listen to the recording together and go through the specific parts of the recording which will help us to get the answers to the questions. So I'm going to bring up the task just now so we can see that together. And we can see that this is quite a familiar task for IELTS Part 1. There is a table. Some of the information is completed, but some of the information is missing. Before we listen, we have to make sure that we read very clearly for the instructions. So we can see the instructions are at the top here. Write no more than 2 words and or a number. So that's really important. If we write 3 words, then we will lose the mark. So we have to make sure that we follow the instructions very carefully. And also we need to use the information from the table to help us get the answers. So we know what we're listening for. So we know that for number 1, we're going to be listening out for a price. We know that for number 2, we're going to be listening out for the advantage of getting an adult ticket. For number 3, we're looking for a different type of ticket. We've got adult, we've got group, we've got a different type here. What could that be? We can try and predict the information. It could be perhaps children's, it could be student price, okay, something of that nature. So we can make some predictions there, but we have to listen, obviously, before we write the answer. For number 4, must have a, so it's a type of requirement. For the second type of ticket. Price includes a what? What does it include? And must pay what? So must pay perhaps in advance could be the answer. Or must pay in cash. What could it be? Okay, we can make some predictions for some of these before we listen. So hello to Alice, Jojo, Abdullah, Nisha. Great to see you in the class today. Do I come online every day, Abdullah? Not every day, no. We do these classes on Tuesday and Thursday every week. So come here, same time, same place, Tuesday and Thursday, and we will do some practice on those days. Okay then, so let's listen. That is the key, obviously, to this task, is we have to listen in order to be able to answer the questions. So let's do this now. And as I go through the task, I will be pausing it in order to complete the answers. As this was on the Facebook group, as from yesterday, if you have the answers already and you want to share them in the chat box, please do. And then, of course, you can get that feedback to see if your answers were correct. But as I say, I'm going to play the recording now so we can listen together in order to complete the task and check our answers. Okay, so just let me know again, the volume, hopefully I've got it on the highest volume, so hopefully it will be clear. But if there is any issue in terms of volume, please let me know.
Track 7. Good morning, City Aquarium. Georgina speaking.
Oh, hello. I'd like some information about the cost of visiting the aquarium.
Certainly.
I'm thinking of bringing a group of people to the aquarium. What would be the cheapest way of doing that?
Well, you have a couple of options. The standard price for a ticket for a child is $14,
Okay.
but they must be under 15 years of age. Otherwise, they rank as an adult, in which case it would be $27 for a single admission.
Right.
Okay, so we have the answer already to the first question. Did anybody hear it? If you did, share it in the chat. What is the cost for an adult admission? Could we hear the recording? Okay, the answer was $27. Okay, that was mentioned by the receptionist. Well done, Alice. $27. Just be careful in the exam, just to be safe, write the dollar sign before the value amount. Great. Yeah, I can see quite a few people have put of 27 in there, but just be really specific and write $27. The more specific you are, the more likely it is you will get the mark for that question. So good. So that was the specific information that we heard for that question. We'll just go back just for this first one, just to practice, just to listen again, just in case you missed it the first time.
Good morning, City Aquarium. Georgina speaking.
Oh, hello. I'd like some information about the cost of visiting the aquarium.
Certainly.
I'm thinking of bringing a group of people to the aquarium. What would be the cheapest way of doing that?
Well, you have a couple of options. The standard price for a ticket for a child is $14,
Okay.
but they must be under 15 years of age. Otherwise, they rank as an adult, in which case it would be $27 for a single admission.
Right. I see. Well,
Okay, so we can hear that then. So as you would expect with the IELTS, we got some information that we didn't need. This is distracting information. We heard about we heard about $14 for a child. But for the adult price, the answer was $27. Okay, I'm just getting some comments on the audio. So Anna saying it's fine now. Okay, good. Good. I'm glad the audio is fine. So what about number 2?
they're all over 15, I'm afraid.
So it would be the adult entry fee then. But the good thing about this ticket is that there's no booking required.
Yeah.
Okay, so we should have the answer to number 2 now. Share it in the chat if you've got it. But it was paraphrased. She said the good thing about this ticket is no booking required. So we can put that here. Remember that we can only have 2 words. So just no booking would be the advantage here. So remember, paraphrase was the good thing, and she went on to state no booking. Okay, number 3.
That's an advantage, but I think that's a bit expensive for us, quite honestly. Is it possible to get a student concession? These people are all studying English here at the moment, and they're on a bit of a budget, you know what I mean?
Yes. Students can get in for $19 a head.
Okay, did we get that? We got the answer to number 3 there. And the answer was students. So she said students can get in for $19 a head. $19 a head, meaning the cost is $19. Let's continue.
Oh, okay. That's about a 30% reduction, isn't it? I suppose that's not bad when you think about it.
To be eligible for that price, they do need to show a passport.
Okay, I'll remember that. And do I need to book if I'm bringing a group?
Okay, and we got the answer there to number 4. She said to be eligible for that price, they do need to show a passport. So do need to show a passport would be a requirement. Must have a passport would be the answer here. Okay, Moving on to number 5.
How many of you are there?
Why? Are there group prices as well?
Oh, yes, if you have a minimum of 10 people.
So how much does that work out at?
Well, there's a flat fee of $250 for a group of 10.
That's even more expensive.
Yes, but you do get the added benefit of a guided tour.
Okay, so price includes you get the added benefit of a guided tour. Just be careful with this question that you spell it correctly. Sometimes I've seen people write guide tour. You would lose the mark for that because that would be a grammatical error. So it needs to be a guided tour for number 5. And the final question?
I'm sure it's very interesting, but it does still seem to be quite pricey for our students.
Also, I should tell you that if you want to come as a group, you'll need to buy the tickets in advance.
Right. Look, I think we'll just come down on our own.
Okay. And so that was the answer to the final question. It was in advance. So this is something we might have been able to predict before we even listened because of the information that would fit in this particular box. So those are the answers we should have got to those questions. I hope you got them correct. You said, okay, so there was some noise interfering. Okay. In terms of capital letters, Alice, no, for this part of the text, it doesn't matter because it's writing notes. So that's not an issue for this particular exercise. Okay. So, as I say, I hope you got those correct. If you didn't, I hope you can listen and see the paraphrasing that was used in the audio compared to what is written on the actual page. Best of luck in your future studies, and I'll see you again for our next class. Until then, take care.